Hello and welcome to the discussion of philosophy. In Indian philosophy can be divided into two categories. One is orthodox and another is heterodox. Orthodox schools of thought, they believe in the validity of Vedas and they strictly try to follow the rules and regulations of Vedas. Today I am going to discuss about Vedanta philosophy, which is also belongs to orthodox school of thought. Now, what does it mean? Vedanta means end of the Vedas. It has three sources and they are named as Prosthanotray. They are Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita. It said that Vedanta philosophy is nothing but the combination of these three main scriptures. One is Upanishads, these 108 Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita. Now, schools of Vedanta Darshana. In Vedanta school of thought, we can see many subcategories. They are differ from different aspects. They are differ either in metaphysical explanations or in epistemology or in soteriology. So, different schools can be seen in Vedanta school. They are Advaita Vedanta, these proposed by Shankaracharya, famous philosopher. Vishishta Advaita proposed by Ramanujarya. Dvaita Madhavacharya, Bhedabhed or Dvaita Advaita Nimbakacharya, Shuddha Advaita Vallabhacharya, Achinta Bhedabhed by great Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Akshar Purushottam, that is Swami Narayan. Now, cardinal concepts of Vedanta philosophy. Why Vedanta philosophy is so important? Because it actually talked about the concept of Brahman and Atma. Deep inquiry into the concepts of Brahman and Atman. Believe in rebirth and the desirability of release from the cycle of rebirth, that is moksha. They also talked about this rebirth and liberation from the chain of bondage. Now the self, jiva, according to them, is responsible for his own acts or karma, and the recipient of the consciousness on the recipient of the consequences of these actions. So the jiva is solely responsible for his own act and also the result of his act. Now, cardinal concepts of Vedanta philosophy. Vedanta has a unique way to approach epistemology and metaphysics. This Vedanta school of thought is known as Uttamimamsa. We have seen in history that there is a school called Mimamsa school. This Mimamsa school, in history we have seen also they have divided into two. One is Purva Mimamsa and another is Uttar Mimamsa. Purva Mimamsa strictly following the Karmakanda of the Vedas or the rituals of the Veda, whereas Uttar Mimamsa, they are not denying the Veda but they are actually stressing upon the Gyanakanda of the Vedas. They are dealing with the explanation of Brahman, oneself, Atma and all these things. Now, variations in different Vedanta school. Upon metaphysics, epistemology and liberation, this topic, this Vedanta school divided into many. I have told you other different subcategories of Vedanta schools. Now, influence of Vedanta philosophy. Undoubtedly, this Vedanta school of thought has deep influence on society and also in different philosophy. Tradition of Shaivism and Shaktism have been influenced by Vedanta philosophy time to time. It's being developing new philosophy, new school of thought is coming up nowadays, and they are highly influenced by this Vedanta school of thought. Arthur Schopenhauer, the great philosopher, was deeply influenced by Upanishads. And also according to Max Muller, who also believed that Spinoza, who was a great Western philosopher, he also deeply influenced by Vedanta school of thought, and his philosophy is much similar to Vedanta school. So Vedanta school, we need to understand, need to study Vedanta school of thought deeply, and I will discuss some of the important points of Vedanta school of thought and its different schools later in my video. Thank you.